Live from the Star in Frisco, this is graduation for Plano Senior High School, home of the Wildcats.
Good evening, Plano Senior High and Wildcat Nation. I am Kenitra Robertson, principal of Plano Senior High. Before we begin our 2025 commencement exercises, I have a few announcements. First, I want to remind you that our graduation is being webcast live and available on pisd.edu/graduation live and the Plano ISD YouTube page. Graduates may pick up their diplomas at Plano Senior High in Building B on June 4th from 9 to 11 and 1 to 3:30. After June 4th, diplomas may be picked up in the front office in Building B. Finally, I'd like to ask for the assistance of all our guests in conducting this ceremony in an atmosphere of dignity and respect. Many family members have traveled a long distance to celebrate with our graduates, and we want to make certain that you can hear their names as they are called. Therefore, we ask that you refrain from disruptive behavior. The use of air horns is prohibited, and those in violation will be escorted from the stadium by the security team. We thank you for your complete cooperation in making this event a success. At this time, please remain seated as our graduates begin our processional. Thank you. I would now like to welcome the Plano Senior High faculty to enter the arena in their processional. Afterward, we ask you to stand as Samira Rejepigic, Senior Class President, introduces our color guard for the presentation of colors and recites the Pledge of Allegiance. Faculty, at this time, please enter the arena.
At this time, I ask the Plano JROTC Color Guard to begin the posting of the colors, and we will have Plano Senior High choir member Lakin Williams sing the national anthem. After singing the national anthem, please remain standing while I recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Oh!
You may now be seated as we welcome back our principal, Miss Robertson.
Left, 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 right. Center, march. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. Continue, march. Left, 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 right. Left.
At this time, we would like to share a video welcome by Samira Rajepigic, Senior Class President. Please turn your attention to the screens as Samira provides our welcome.
Good evening and welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2025. My name is Samira Jepigic and I'm the class of 2025's senior class president. I would like to congratulate all the seniors who have made it to this milestone. Tonight we come together to celebrate this journey and mark the end of an unforgettable chapter of our lives. On behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank all family, staff, friends, and loved ones who have joined us tonight. Thank you for all you have done for us. Your love and guidance has been the most important part to our success. I feel so excited yet so sad to be here speaking to you all tonight. I have had the honor of being our senior class president this year. Thank you for all the unforgettable memories and allowing me to represent and lead our class throughout this school year. I am so proud of everyone and I look forward to seeing what our futures hold. Over the last 4 years, we have made countless memories that have defined the most important phase of our lives so far. Going to football games, dances, meeting new people, learning what it means to bleed maroon, and most importantly, discovering ourselves. Graduating high school seems so far away. Now we are finally here. Junior year was full of the stress of hard classes, meeting so many new people, and learning how to navigate through our first year at Plano. Senior year, we bonded with one another, somewhat figured out what we wanted to do with our futures, and learned more about ourselves and what makes each of us unique. This past year has been full of so many changes. In the past several months, we have all entered the senioritis stage of high school, where our doctor's appointments and parent notes have dramatically increased. I did not expect my last year of high school to go the way it did, but I thank God for giving me the opportunity to help me learn, meet new people, create new memories, and build amazing relationships in my senior year. Tonight does not only highlight the last 2 years at Plano Senior High School, but the past 13 years of our lives. The thing that hits me the most about watching every single one of us walk the stage this evening is that we have all had our own unique journeys in order to get here today. We are all graduating together, but none of our stories are remotely the same. We have all had our own battles, accomplishments, and hard times that the person next to you may not even know about. The last 4 years of our lives has had so many ups and downs, to say the least. Whether it was stressful nights of studying, hard times, or meaningless drama, I want to take a moment to acknowledge how proud I am of all the beautiful and challenging experiences we have all gone through on the journey to the stage. The two most important things I have learned throughout high school is to never be afraid and always follow your dreams. Don't be afraid to try new things, meet new people, achieve something you really want, and live your life to the fullest potential. Never lose your purpose or drive. The amount of opportunities you have are endless, so make the most of it. Mom, Dad, I stand before you today, happy and grateful for all you have done for me. Through all the love, tough times, and disagreements, at the end of the day, I hope you know everything I've done is to make you happy and proud of me, because I simply wouldn't be here without you two. Your push for me to do what I love and strive for is the reason I am here today. Something I realized along the way was my parents' selflessness and endless love for me. To all the parents in the audience, I hope you acknowledge that too. We wouldn't be here without your endless love and sacrifices. I want to thank my amazing brother Hamdi for always being there for me, someone who always makes me laugh and tells me not to take life too seriously. I am so thankful for you, Hamdi. I love you, and you better be cheering the loudest for me. Lastly, I would like to dedicate this part of my speech to my two sisters, Medina and Salma. Your love, dedication, and sacrifices for me are the only reason I am here standing today. You guys are truly my biggest cheerleaders and truest blessings in life. My older sister Medina has always inspired me to try anything and everything, even if it seems impossible. She has always been there for me, a shoulder that I always lean on, a role model, someone that always gives me advice, and a door that is always open no matter what. My twin sister Salma, my literal other half, and someone I can never keep anything away from. Growing up, we learned so much beside each other. Our first days of school together, meeting new people, trying new things, switching classes and hoping our teachers won't find out, and most importantly, always believing in each other no matter what. She has shaped me into the person I am today. And here we are tonight, ending this chapter of our lives together, just how we started it 13 years ago. To my mom, dad, Hamdi, Medina, Salma, Chloe, Asya, and Zanera, you guys are truly blessings in my life, and I love y'all. It is hard to believe that this chapter of our lives will be ending tonight. Soon, we will all be parting ways and opening up the first page to this new chapter in life. Whether you're living in a different state, country, going to different colleges, joining the Army or trade school, these will all be memories that we will laugh, smile, or maybe even cry about. We have all experienced many lasts this year. Last football games, last Whataburger hangouts after FNL, last time stepping on that field, last time doing video announcements with my best friend Chloe, our last homecoming and prom, and so much more. Soon we will be experiencing many firsts, regardless of what your future may look like. My advice to you all is to always live your life to the fullest, no matter what. Take in all the firsts and lasts, make memories, stay open-minded, be kind-hearted, and always remember to follow your dreams no matter what anyone tells you. I am so grateful to have had this opportunity to be Plano's senior class president, and have really enjoyed all these memories and experiences I've made with you all. This wouldn't have been possible without my family, friends, teachers, and the class of 2025 for supporting me along the way. Thank you everyone for the unforgettable experience of being your senior class president. And to the class of 2025, make the most of this next chapter in your life. I'm so proud of you all, and remember, it's a great day to be a Wildcat.
Thank you, Samira. Good evening, graduates, and welcome family members, special guests, and visitors to this much anticipated occasion, the Plano Senior High School commencement for the class of 2025. As we begin graduation tonight, we'd like to introduce our special guests seated on the stage, who will be presenting diplomas later in our program. We are honored to have members of the PISD Board of Trustees participating in our graduation. Nancy Humphrey, Board President. Dr. Lauren Tyra, Board Vice President. Tara Lance, Board Secretary. Michael Cook, Trustee. Catherine Chan Goodwin, Trustee. And newly elected trustees, Sam Johnson, a fellow Wildcat, and Elisa Klein. Let's give them a round of applause. We are also honored to have our superintendent and cabinet members. Dr. Teresa Williams, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Celinda Freeman, Deputy Superintendent for Leadership and Operations. Johnny Hill, Deputy Superintendent for Business and Employee Services. Lisa Wilson, Deputy Superintendent for Teaching, Learning, and Life Readiness. Dr. Courtney Gober, Assistant Superintendent for Student, Family, and Community Services. Dr. Patrick Tanner, Assistant Superintendent for Technology Services. Leslie Rain Stanton, Chief Communications Officer. and Dr. Jennifer Pearson, Executive Director, School Leadership and Innovation. Let's give them all a round of applause. I would also like to introduce other special guests we have seated on the stage with us. Namisha Bhakta, Principal of Vines High School. Greg Pierce, Principal of Clark High School. And Sanja Pegram, Principal of Gwynn Special Program Center. Also joining us on the stage are Dr. Corin Prince, Associate Principal of Curriculum and Instruction. Darian McKinney, Associate Principal of Student Activities. And Giovanna James, Lead Counselor. On behalf of the senior class and the faculty at Plano Senior High, we want to thank all these individuals for their tremendous support. As we continue our ceremony, please direct your attention to the stadium monitors for our student addresses. We will now hear from our Student Congress President, Chloe Delcom.
Good evening, families, friends, teachers, and students. Now, I'm going to try to keep this short and make sure you are entertained, but I make no promises to the toddlers, especially my little brother. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I've been thinking about this day since kindergarten 13 years ago. While not all of us went to the same elementary school, middle school, or junior high, we have all ended up here in this room waiting to walk the stage and get out of here. For me, I started at Sigler Elementary School, where I held a position in the Knitter Critters Club. And yes, it was a club where 4th and 5th graders sat around and knit scarves, but no, it is not as lame as it may seem. I then went on to Carpenter, where I ended my basketball career with a striking 2 points by the end of the season. Yeah, I know, it's pretty incredible. And following this, I attended Clark and was part of the program called PALS, where we were able to serve students and staff around the school. Then finally, at Plano Senior, I was able to be a part of the student council, where I volunteered in events throughout the school and community, and was able to serve as the president. Alongside this, I spent my time as a senior attending football games, participating in events like the blood drive, getting the weather wrong on the video announcements every week, and talking Mrs. Oldford's ear off before second period every day. I had people like Miss Torres, who I looked forward to seeing because she always had the brightest smile when I walked into the front office. And I also had teachers like Miss Barber, who shared my wins and losses with me, and I had teachers like Mr. Bordner, who taught me how to properly educate myself on current issues while also teaching me how to confidently speak out in discussions. I was able to partner with admin like Mr. McKinney and Mrs. Robertson, who helped me plan events that were maybe a little over my head sometimes and supported me when I wanted to speak my mind. Even though senioritis sometimes kicked my butt, I still walked into school knowing I had a community surrounding me. I had my best friends, one who's sitting right beside me on the stage, who would make me laugh while also motivating me inside and outside of the classroom. We share memories that will be with me for the rest of my life. And finally, I had my mom, my dad, my sisters, Emily and Elizabeth, and my little brother Miles, who laughed with me, hugged me when I cried, pushed me to grow as a person, loved me unconditionally, and helped me hold my head up no matter what I was doing. At the end of the day, I found the people in my life that supported me and uplifted me. These different clubs, classes, friends, teachers, mentors, and family members are the reasons I'm able to stand here before you today. Without them and God, I would not be half the person I am. This is the importance of surrounding yourself with good people. People who want what is best for you, who want to push you outside of your comfort zone, who can laugh with you, maybe sometimes at you, and who can encourage you. Whether you are going right into a job, going to college, taking a gap year, or maybe you're not sure what you are going to do, remember to surround yourself with these kinds of people. Tonight, for some of you, you can't wait to be done with high school and move on to the next step. Or maybe you feel very overwhelmed with this change. No matter the situation, remind yourselves that walking across this stage means you have accomplished so much. You have taken tests that have challenged you. You have spoken to new people. You have made new friends. You have spoken out in class, and you have learned many new things about yourself and the world around you. And through all of this, you have made your family, friends, and teachers very proud of you. You have made yourself proud. You have taught yourself that you truly can do challenging things. I would like to say thank you, Plano Senior, for the countless memories shared and for giving me the opportunity to be your student council president this year. I will miss the familiar faces I pass in the hallways, the school spirit, walking outside between classes, the incredible teachers, and being a part of the student council. And thank you to my biggest inspirations, my mom and my dad. So just like Hannah Montana says, it's not about how fast you get there or what may be waiting on the other side. It is about the journey to your destination, the climb. So class of 2025, congratulations. This is only the beginning of a lot of good things.
Thank you, Chloe. Next, we will hear from a graduate who has demonstrated a commitment to her education through academic achievement. The next speaker is our salutatorian, Caitlin Yoder.
Dear fellow Plano Senior graduates, faculty, friends, and families. My name is Caitlin Yoder, and I'm the salutatorian for the class of 2025. I'm absolutely honored to be speaking to you today at our graduation, the day that represents the culmination of years of our hard work. Today is not merely just a day where you walk across the stage to receive your diploma. It's a day that marks the conclusion of your high school career. So, I want to start off by congratulating you all. I'm so incredibly proud of you for what you've accomplished these past years at Plano. Secondly, I would like to thank my family, as I know I wouldn't be up here today without them. To my parents, I can't express how much your unwavering love and support has done for me and has allowed me to thrive over the years, and how your constant words of encouragement, as I sometimes set unrealistic goals, have inspired me to be the best version of myself. And to my sister, Kimber, you're not just my twin, you're my best friend. You keep me steady when life gets overwhelming and are always there for me no matter what I need. I love you all so much. Now, while today may feel more like an ending, I urge you to recognize how this is merely just the beginning. You should just be getting started. Before we rush to look ahead, I'd like to reflect on our last few years here at Plano. Many of us believe high school is purely for learning or just about getting an education, about getting the perfect grades or winning some extraordinary achievement. But when I look back on my high school experience, it's the seemingly insignificant moments that I remember the most. I remember getting completely drenched walking between classes in the rain, struggling to stifle my laughter when I probably should have been working, the compliment I received from a classmate when I needed it the most, and the late-night FaceTime study sessions where I wasn't even focused in the slightest. It is the small, fleeting moments like these that make our lives meaningful. They may seem insignificant at the time, but it is these instances, little flickers of warmth, that add necessary color to our lives. A fulfilling life is not just forged in monumental decisions or grand achievements. It resides in the quieter, everyday choices that we make to live with intention. The future ahead of us is full of uncertainty. Some of you know exactly where you're headed, and others are still figuring it out. And that's okay, because success is not one singular destination. Amidst the vast uncertainty, what we can choose, and what I implore you all to choose, is to live meaningfully. Fill your days with purpose, even when your path isn't clear. Value kindness and presence over all else. So let's not rush so fast into the next phase of our lives that we forget our time here. Remember that sometimes the best conversations happen in the hallway between classes, that laughing until your stomach hurts is a kind of success, that helping someone feel seen can be the most meaningful thing you do all day. As we step out into this next chapter, let's be the kind of people who notice the small things. So, to my fellow graduates, thank you for being a part of my small moments. From elementary school to now, we've all shared so many memories with each other. When I think back to kindergarten, when what game we'd play at recess would be the most stressful part of our day, life seemed so much simpler back then. Now, with everything feeling more complex, I want to ask you to remember the little things. The friends and the teachers who made school feel a little bit less like a routine and a little bit more like a home. I want to emphasize how being present in these moments is a way to reconnect with what truly matters, creating lasting memories and giving meaning to your life. All right, congratulations, class of 2025. Go out and make some memories or achieve something great, but don't forget to appreciate the small things. They might just be the best part of it all. Thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Our final student speaker is our valedictorian, a graduate who has earned the highest grade point average in the class of 2025. This accomplishment sets a shining example of dedication, resilience, academic excellence, and a heart for learning. We will now hear from our valedictorian, Meryl Zhang.
If I look around right now, I see a stretch of maroon gowns amongst the green turf. Looking a little closer, I see the students who make up the pride of Plano. Athletes who wake up early on the daily, artists who spend late nights perfecting their craft, and all of the unique identities of every single one of you that a 5-minute speech wouldn't do justice. But then I look closer again, underneath the white tassels swinging in the air, and I see the faces of those I have spent years of my life with. To me, Plano Senior feels like a second home. The class of 2025, all of you, feel like my second family. I remember sharing French fries with some of you in the parking lot. I remember laughing so much when playing charades in the back of the bus on a school trip. I remember being able to walk out into B building after class, meet the eyes of one of my classmates, and without saying a word, we both knew exactly what the other was thinking. There was nothing as relaxing as sitting by the pond and talking to one of my friends, or playing card games during lunch in the most spontaneous locations around campus. So, to the class of 2025, I have spent my happiest, toughest, and most memorable moments with all of you. The relationships we share are ones so special that they can never be replaced nor forgotten. I truly would have it no other way. Yet all of these experiences would not have been possible without those behind the scenes. Our lovely teachers who give us endless support and have inspired my love of learning. I fell in love with subjects I once had no introduction to and enjoyed my time in their classrooms so much. Our principal, who always expresses her encouragement for us at school events. My weekends at competitions were made so much better when I would see her cheering my team on with a bright smile. And of course, our families. My parents who always believed in me, and my brother, whose humor always makes my day brighter. So to all of you who are brimming with pride in the bleachers today, thank you. This day is a celebration for you as much as it is for us. On the day that I was writing this speech, it finally hit me that high school really is about to end, and we were on fleeting time. I've spent my entire childhood with some of you to the extent that I've taken for granted that I get to see everyone each year. The question of, I wonder how everyone changed over the summer, quickly turned into, when will I see everyone again? It feels difficult to think that all of these high school experiences and people will now be memories. But above all else, the Wildcat is known for its ability to survive and adapt. We have made it this far, and I believe in every single one of you. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Meryl. Before conferring the degrees, I want to thank the members of the Plano Senior High faculty and staff who are here this evening to celebrate with our graduates, who have supported them along the way and are helping to assist with graduation. Faculty and staff, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Families, thank you for sharing these amazing scholars with us and for allowing us to be part of their journey. We truly appreciate your partnership. For some of you, this moment means you are finally an empty nester. And for others, you may now be calculating how long you have left until you too can call yourself an empty nester. Graduates, as you reflect on the years leading to this moment, please know that you should always show appreciation to those who encouraged you and supported you every step of the way. Families and friends, please stand so you can be recognized. Well done. Thank you. You may be seated. Class of 2025, it's a great day to be a Wildcat. Seniors, you have shown what it means to be the tradition and ensure the Wildcat tradition of excellence continues. This senior class of 1,126 earned over $11.7 million in scholarships and grants. Graduates, as I recognize you and your incredible accomplishments, please stand and remain standing until all graduates have been recognized. Will the 245 cum laude graduates with a grade point average of 3.6 to 3.9 please stand and remain standing? Will the 142 magna cum laude graduates with a grade point average of 4.0 to 4.2 please stand and remain standing? Will the 92 summa cum laude graduates with a grade point average of 4.3 or higher please stand and remain standing? Will the 27 graduates who earned College Board national recognition please stand and remain standing? Will the 11 National Merit finalists please stand and remain standing? Will the 40 graduates who received National Merit Letters of Commendation please stand and remain standing? If you advance to a regional, state, or national competition, please stand and remain standing. If you have chosen to enlist in the United States military, please stand and remain standing. If you are an active member or veteran in the military and are here with us today, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. If you are an alumni of Plano Senior High and you are joining us in the audience, please stand and be recognized. And finally, if you are a member of the Plano Senior High class of 2025, please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, I've had the privilege of exchanging hallway hellos with you, watching you work hard in class, cheering you on at games, applauding your performances with pride. learning all about Duck Week, and anticipating the next spirited version of the Wildcat Roar on daily announcements. It has been a joy to serve as your principal this year, and it is an honor to be here with you today. As we all know, our school, Plano Senior High, is a beloved pillar in our community and takes pride in being a tradition of excellence. This will always hold true. I would like to share a few thoughts with you about what I have realized about the meaning of excellence, setting goals and working to accomplish them. As you forge a new path, we expect you to continue to strive for excellence. When you hear the word excellence, know that it does not mean perfection. It means giving your best effort while holding yourself to high standards. It means consistently striving to do and be your best to reach your full potential. I want to emphasize your. It is never define your success by comparing it to the success of others. You each have your own strengths, abilities, and interests, and you will soon embark on your individual paths. Celebrate your accomplishments, learn from your mistakes and failures, and commit to continuous improvement. And where true learning and growth happens, don't be afraid to push yourself outside your comfort zone. At the beginning of the last week of school, I asked a student, "Are you excited about graduation?" Of course, the answer was yes. And she added, "This year went by so fast. I'm just trying to take it all in and enjoy these last few days here with my friends." Her response reminded me that sometimes we are moving so fast that we forget to slow down and enjoy our experiences in the moment. So graduates, as you sit here tonight, look around at everyone here to celebrate this incredible milestone in your life and take it all in. As you begin your next chapter, carry the pride of being a Wildcat in your heart. Speak up with courage and never doubt that you belong. Let all you've learned at Plano Senior High and in Plano ISD guide you as you make your mark in the world. You are the tradition, and now you join a legacy of the many Wildcat graduates who have come before you. And so, Superintendent Williams, Board of Trustees, ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Plano Senior High, I am pleased to announce that the students seated before you have met all course requirements for high school graduation as prescribed by the Plano Independent School District Board of Education and the Texas Education Agency. I now declare each graduate worthy of the high school diploma from Plano Senior High. Announcing our graduates will be band directors Jason Lewis and Michael Hernandez, science teacher Shannon Rezak, and English teacher Kathleen Whitfield. Students will be assisted onto the stage by our associate principals, Dr. Corin Prince and Mr. Darian McKinney. Leading their graduates to the stage and assisting them from the stage will be our 4 assistant principals, Norberto Reyna, Tracy Ryerson, Taylor Watson, and Gary Westbrook. Announcers, please prepare to introduce our graduates. Dr. Prince and Mr. McKinney, would you please come forward to assist the graduates to the stage? Students seated on the stage, please exit the stage to your right and line up for diplomas. At this time, I'd like to ask the first and second rows of graduates to please rise and come forward to receive their diplomas.
so we're just gonna wait.
Daniela Abragil.
Mahali Abergil.
Rayan Abu Al Jazir.
Sharona Abdul Majid.
Ella Catherine Akri.
Malak Samir Abu Hasna.
Salem Helena Zena Adamovsky.
Harper Ann Adair.
Makil Kwame Adebayo Ajaji.
Rhodesha Jose Adams.
Serena Eva Adbor.
Madison Grace Adriance.
Jocelyn Samantha Aguilar.
Danica Gabrielle Aguila.
Isabella Grace Almonetti.
Musa Syed Ahmad.
Im Aitaza.
Ibar Aitaza.
Taha Mohammed Al-Rawi.
Duha Ali Hatem Al-Asadi.
David John Roman Alejano.
Brianna Sophia Alexander.
Jaden Andres Alexander.
George Anthony Afaro Alvarado.
Zenera Tara Ali.
Lana Dia Aljandali.
Everett Matthew Allen.
Isis Marie Allen.
Rahaf Ahmad Almasri.
Granger Colt Alston.
Mustafa Adam Al-Salahi.
Yara Alexia Alvarenga.
Audrey Livia Alters.
Tipagari Undura Ambuka.
Jamie Andrea Ambriz.
Sadna Anand.
Riz Ashar Amir Hamza.
Cassius Anderson Hayes.
Lillian Claire Anderson.
Georgia Grace Angel.
Luke Arian Annette.
Antonio Caleb Aponte Martinez.
Yvonne Aparicio.
Jay Alexander.
Matthew Aradias.
Alexa Gianna Arajo.
McKenna Ann Armistead.
Elise Kennedy Armstrong.
Luella Ruth Arnold.
Brandon James Arsenault.
Gabriel Francisco Artolo Gonzalez.
Abraham Yancer Arvelo Largo.
Alia Ashik.
Maha Asif.
Lena Ali Asaf.
Alfredo Asael Avina.
Colin Nathaniel Atak.
Yusuf Badri.
Carol Mariela Ayala.
Gabrielle Annette Ferguson.
Jiangwang Beck.
Rafael Leander Lorenzo.
Talha Mirza Baig.
Luis Isaias Vincente.
Reese Alexandra Bailey.
Joseph Aaron James Sedgwick.
Camila Balderas.
Salah Syed Ali.
Jesus Eduardo Banda.
Kate Lauren Ellis.
Eduardo Barbosa.
Braden James Schmidt.
Hayden William Barker.
Hudson Elliott Schuler.
Cara Kennedy Barker.
Elliot Michael Holder.
Ethan Joseph Barrios.
Vinaya Bhagavat Singh.
Nolan Bruce Bauman.
Jax Cash Bailey.
Aiden James Beasley.
Ward Ahmad Munir Bakri.
Claudia Stephanie Bejarano.
Kason Baldwin.
Shaterica Marie Lynn Bellard.
Zana Mahmoud Banco.
Jacob Hayden Benetovich.
Lan Imad Bana.
Mark Beckaroo Maxim.
Aliza Nicole Barker.
Raquela Seon Berry.
Jack Douglas Barker.
Rohan Sai Barath.
Oscar Barragan Guerra.
Vincent Maximo Bilbaino.
Thomas Falconer Bearden.
Kayla Anaya Sherry Black.
Bridget Ruth Beasley.
Jackson Titus Blakely.
Shay Elizabeth Beckham.
Adam James Blassingame.
Adanias Baranu Ballet.
Asher William Bobbitt.
Vivian Gail Bellamy.
Alexander Bolsnikoff.
Gustavo Joaquin Bello.
Genesis Esther Bonilla.
Yashas Belur Kemparaju.
Roberto Carlos Bonilla Torres.
Riley Ann Benkowitz.
Wasim Boabdesalam.
Grant Eli Bernard.
Charlotte Elizabeth Bowles.
Gavin Wilson Best.
Destiny Marie Bratalo.
Anch Rupesh Bourget.
Diego Adrian Breseño.
Audrey Bird.
Cash Glenn Brooks.
Dylan Kyle Blackwell.
Kyle Irwin Brooks.
Joshua Nolan Blandon.
Mylea Ayana Brown.
Jakarian Melvin Martian Blunt.
Zachary Dylan Brown.
Jacob Daniel Bodendine.
Tyland Amari Buchanan.
Lillian Grace Bolt.
Jordan Shuri Bullard.
Isabel Sophia Bonilla.
Keelan Xavier Burks.
Dawson Gregory Bostick.
Kylie Elizabeth Burnside.
Reimer Dirk Boma.
Elijah Juwan Bird.
Eden Amara Bradley.
David Wayland-Jett Cairo.
Kara Alice Jewel Branson.
Tyler Jacob Calvasina.
Paul Alejandro Britton Hernandez.
Kaylee Renee Campbell.
Hayden Aaron Brooks.
Angela Campos Breseños.
Logan Douglas Brower.
Lauren Isabel Carroll.
Ronnie Mackay Brown III.
Adrian Albor Cartagena.
Naya Claudette Bryant.
Java Maria Carrasco.
Breck Ann Buckmeyer.
Joshua Aiden Carroll.
Christopher Anthony Burback.
Cadence Faye Carson.
Michael Warren Burnett.
Alexis Carter.
Sergio J. Barrasqueta.
Maxwell John Casey.
Gustavo Cabrales.
Brielle Elizabeth Cash.
Pietra do Nascimento Calabres.
Citlali Castro.
Olivia Faith Cameron.
Dulce Violeta Serna Arellano.
Pierce Marcus Campos.
Joanna Chan.
Emily Lucia Canales.
Alexa Madison Cheney.
Genesis Adelie Cantu Valdez.
Emily Chen.
Kylie Elizabeth Cardone.
Nathan Chow.
Emily Claire Carlisle.
Sean Dylan Choga.
Gavin Thomas James Carpenter.
Zoe Kristen Chow.
Christian Carrillo.
Shakira Chanel Chooks.
Mark Thomas Carroll.
Aiden Lee Clark.
Catherine Elizabeth Carter.
Alexander Lee Clemens.
Aiden Thomas Cash.
Jaida Maria Cobos.
Fatima Castaneda.
Sarah Christine Cockrell.
Miguel Angel Cervantes.
Roman Arnett Cohey.
Sydney Faith Chandler.
Yara Cohen.
Arsh Dineskumar Chadari.
Jet Lucas Coker.
Adam Cherniavsky.
Reese Jacob Coleman.
Afshin Ariana Chaudhary.
Dion Aubrey Collins.
Alicia J. Chu.
Alberto Contreras.
Jillian Ray Sapunali.
Chloe Morgan Cooper.
Jaden Corday Clay.
Sebastian Nicholas Cortinas.
David Clemente da Silva.
Quinn Ryan Cousins.
Stuart Paul Cochran.
Christopher Charles Craycraft.
Henry Cohen.
Parker Lewis Crossland.
Destinia Coenco.
Anna Grace Curry.
John Reagan Coleman.
Ankur Abe Dabulkar.
Bryson Allen Comstock.
Kelly Dang.
Caden Daniel Hagan Cooley.
Shataria Marie Hills Daniel.
Logan Thomas Cotton.
Sanvi Dotovar.
Cassidy Jane Kraft.
Reagan Graham Davis.
Kelly Yanira Crispin.
Reagan Elise Dawson.
Michael Jean Cruz.
Micah de los Santos.
Jordan Lamont Cunningham.
Melody Digon.
Jaden Rashad Dabbs.
Chloe Grace Del Cambre.
Janelle Doldum.
Zayden Michael Demler.
Shahar Danenberg Lerner.
Scarlett Bell de Santiago.
John Emmanuel Daniel.
Shariah Dondi.
Sana Sachin Dantular.
Luis Diaz de Leon.
Alexandra Zadie Davis.
Manuel Salvador Diaz Ferrer.
Zyraha Ann Davis.
Juliana Grace de Benedette.
Adriana Sofia De Leon.
Jacob Dietzel.
Etienne Antoine Joseph De Torsi.
Corey Jean Dixon.
Deanna Dagani.
Miguel Andres Domingo.
Iris Ruby De Leon.
Noah Musasia Dalisu.
Soha Gasemi Dell.
Jackson McCulloch Douthit.
Richard Maximilian De Santiago.
Tristan Guy Driggs.
Gurjeet Singh Dillon.
Addison Don Dual.
Valeria Diaz.
Mason James Dwyer.
Owen Rainieri Diaz Enamorado.
Quinlan Jackson Dye.
Taylor Brooke Dickinson.
Mariah Monique Edelyn Ford.
Caleb Rogers Dill.
Peace Mueni Elijah.
Don Ton Do.
Jackson Lane Ellard.
Jordan Lamont Cunningham.
Eric Isai Escobar Albanza.
Adonis Kian Dowden.
Avani Vianney Estorga.
Lainey Elizabeth Draper.
Marcos Isais Farfan.
Ryan Dylan Dry.
Yeffy Fang.
Dax Hughes Dunham.
Blake Nathaniel Featherston.
McKenna Grace Dunn.
Marlene Isabella Fallayos.
Viam Devetti.
Julius Solkeep Figueroa.
Kiana Enamak Dye.
Tyree Dennis Fisher.
Ryan Elizabeth Easley.
Vanessa Anelli Flanagan Urbina.
Emma Elaine Edwards.
Anthony David Flores.
Ayub El-Jaher.
Connor Jackson Floyd.
James Owen Elliott.
Brianna Reese Francesconi.
Corwin Shane Empsch.
Nevea Star Fuentes.
Teklo Albert Erlinson.
Joseph Eder Ganbat.
Maya Emily Estes.
Vishruth Ganesh.
Thomas Evans.
Alexander Garcia.
Avery Michelle Fagan.
Madison Cheyenne Garcia.
Renee Elizabeth Fellner.
Ashley Travis Gardner.
Rebecca Spencer Fiala.
Shagun Garg.
Caden Tyler Fields.
Natalia Garza.
Andrea Nicole Figueroa Polanco.
Vivian Renee Gatson.
Karen Nicole Fisher.
John Allen Gentman.
Alondra Julieta Flores.
Jessica George.
Francesca Rose Flores.
Kaylin Mia T. Young.
Zoe Charlotte Forceball.
Nehemiah Theodore Gibson.
Janika Francis.
Nicole Grace Gillum.
Isabel Jewel Galvez.
Joel Gomez.
Edgar Guadalupe Gomez Calderon.
Julieta Claire Gonzalez.
Vidyuth Ganesh.
Samantha Lynn Gonzalez.
Aiden Garcia.
Salvador Jesus Gonzalez Infante.
Emily Jasmine Garcia.
Gavin James Gooch.
Abigail Imelda Garnica.
Kahil Rashid Goodson.
Christopher Javier Gasca.
Caitlin Neal Gorman.
Connor Alexander Gayton.
Lanique Trishelle Gray Nunez.
Garrett Stephen George.
Christopher Levin Greenhow.
Joshua George.
Dylan Guy Greer.
Sawyer Thomas Giles.
Madeline Marie Griffith.
Elise Catherine Goldsmith.
Kayla Nicole Gretkin.
Noel Anthony Gomez.
Owen Lucas Grundler.
Jonathan Alexander Gonzalez.
Austin Byrne Guffey.
Jimena Gonzalez.
Rigo Jair Giron Maradiaga.
Stephen Noah Gorion.
Yaneth Guzman Hernandez.
Kadeem Rashid Goodson.
Amanda Renee Ha.
Lainey Pierce Gray.
Chloe Evelyn Hackbart.
Carolyn Elizabeth Green.
Lilith Hakobian.
Cameron Alyssa Greenwood.
Jasmine Michelle Willia Hall Gordon.
Spencer William Gregory.
Isabel Ava Hamilton.
Joseph David Grimes.
Kylan Joe Hannibal.
Andon Michael Grubb.
Julia Grace Hansen.
Imani Janae Guillory.
Joshua Trevor Harich.
Anna Gavasalia.
Gracie Jane Harris.
Joanna Ha.
Jordan Devondre Hayes.
Madeline Justine Hall.
Brooke Catherine Hayes.
Dawn Martell Hamelin.
Luke Gerard Henke.
Larissa Ashlyn Yannick Hampson.
Christopher Lynn Hernandez.
Shay Elizabeth Hankinson.
Idalid Gabriela Hernandez.
Catherine Marie Hansard.
Isabel Rose Hernandez.
Autumn K. Michelle Hanyo.
Arnold Eli Hernandez Contreras.
Caleb Joseph Harding.
Eric Misael Hernandez Ramos.
Sarah Lynn Harper.
Matthew Damon Hickman.
Ayla Elise Hassani.
DJ Hill.
Liliana Georgette Haynes.
Peyton Hill.
John Samuel Helton.
Tiffany Wai Ho.
Jackson Daniel Henning.
Lucas Gabriel Hoel.
Mario Isaac Saren Kakeris.
Nora Grace Holba.
Enrique Carlos Hernandez.
Emery Lee Hollins.
Gloria Hernandez.
Jenshi Hong.
Isabel Veronica Hernandez.
Dylan Hood.
Elijah Marie Hernandez.
Courtney Marie Hoover.
Bennett Alejandro Hernandez Lopez.
Olivia Lucille Horton.
Lauren Elizabeth Hyde.
Landry Allen Hudson.
Ayana Christine Hicks.
Xavier Jamar Hudson.
Ivy Madeline Hill.
Luke Arthur Huffenberger.
Abrielle Anaya Hines.
Marcus Deshaun Hughes.
Jackson Keith Hoke.
Hamza Sayed Hussein.
Parker Thomas Hoffman.
Lauren Hoon.
Dylan Holcomb Mustaros.
Favor Shadina Ike.
Grace Isabella Hollinger.
Amal Mariam Ibrahim.
Abigail Peyton Holm.
Jackson Dominic Duane.
Julia Lee Hopkins.
John Dwayne Jackson.
Michael Donald Hosey.
Nehemiah Elbert Octavian Jackson.
Trinity Allen Huckabee.
Fatima Angela Hymas.
Laura Sandback Hudson.
Finley Michael James.
Allison Huerta Cepeda.
Emma Isabella Jasquil Castro.
Tishawn Hughes.
Iñaki Santiago Jasquil Castro.
Reagan Kathleen Huffstetler.
Dominic Helmet Jeffrey.
Evan Christian Hunter.
Esther Jesse.
Ethan Pierce Hutchinson.
Andre J.
Ion Ibrahim.
Maritza Marie Jimenez.
Rataj Abraham.
Kate Ellis Johnson.
Isaac William Eichard.
Matthew Charles Johnson.
Mauricio Igazire.
Helena Ashley Johnston.
Jalen J. Jackson.
Micah Ann Johnston.
Jonathan D.M. Jackson.
Connor Joseph Jones.
Nolan Coy Jacobson.
Gabrielle Jasmine Jones.
Khalid Tariq Jalad.
Nathan Michael Jones.
Iker Sebastian Jaskil Castro.
Joshua Matthew Jones.
Alexandra Noel James.
Nina Soraya Jones.
Ashley Elena Jasper.
Alicia Lisette Jordan.
Cameron Walter Jeffrey.
Caleb Enrique Juarez.
Preston Reed Jennings.
Travis Lee Justice.
Wenteo Jong.
Maya Kadosh.
Antonio Jimenez.
Samuel Naidu Kambala.
Bradley Ryan Johnson.
Christian Kang.
Cantrell LaShawn Johnson.
Leslie Page Carlin.
Adam Stewart Johnston.
Lakshmi Vajika Katuri.
Juliana Lucena Johnston.
Rohan Israel Kazadi.
Adrian Reed Jones.
Alexander Calvin Keller.
Donovan Vincent Jones.
Sean Robert Kelly.
Janae DeKayla Jones.
Kaylee Emma Kent.
Caden Lane Jones.
Jeremy Latrell Keys.
Nevaeh Victoria Jones.
Ashir Mohammed Khan.
Rodney Sherrod Lee Jones.
Zainab Khan.
Reed Allen Jordan.
Saria Shifa Katri.
Zachary Thomas Juneau.
Ethan Connor Kitiananan.
Nora Lufta Kabir.
William King.
Xavier Raymond Kamara.
Grace Kim.
Ryan William Cap.
Julia Kidowitz.
Clayton Copeland Cassay.
Aiden Lachlan Knight.
Braden Patrick Keith.
Ava Michael Capels.
Jackson Keller.
Samuel Anthony Kazemchek.
Camilla Ann Kelly.
Luke William Kraus.
Luke James Kennedy.
Tyler Warren Coe.
Cole Austin Kepner.
Jocelyn Grant Lake.
Ariba Unsa Khan.
Jackson David Langford.
Mahola Daniela Ladipo.
Ivan Alexeyevich Laren.
Fatima Karam.
Isaac Lay.
Thatcher Clay Killian.
Trevor Ledesma.
Jawan Sung Kim.
Aiden Swanghan Lee.
Charles Jacob Kirk.
Isaac Devin Lee.
Jackson David Cobb.
Philia Lee.
Gus Michael Kotis.
Hunter Rylan Lemma.
Warren James Krasneski.
Amaya Giselle Leone.
Yash Chandrasekhar Kulkarni.
Emily Margaret Levin.
Muhammad Arbaz Khan.
Hayden Allen Lewis.
Piper K. Lake.
Piper Caroline Lilly.
Dariella Lara Rojas.
Sarah Jane Lindley.
Jacob Blondin Laurie.
Patrick Robert Lynn Liu.
Annabelle Carol Leclerc.
Aaron Frederick Powers Locke.
Kieran Nicole Lee.
Hannah Ruth Lothar.
Wilson Stryker Legrand.
Dylan William Looper.
Kai Janos Lecco.
Chris Lopez.
Olympia Elizabeth Lemus Castro.
Marco Hector Lopez.
Trinity Xing Leung.
David Lungu.
Elijah James Lewis.
Shia Derayo Unique Lowry.
Azagyakaro Daniel Leva Sosa.
Guadalupe Enahi Luevano Sanchez.
Alexander Blade Brennan Linder.
Mackenzie Ray Lyons.
Seth Joaquin Linebarger.
Rafael Amadeus Mackendog.
James Ringsheen Lowe.
Alexa Ruby McGowan Torres.
Gabriel Bernard Lockley.
Tyler Richard Mailu.
L. Elizabeth Longoria.
Miguel Angel Marban Silva.
Angel Manuel Lopez.
Rihanna Merriam.
Yasmin Judith Lopez.
Sydney Cruz Martin.
Ian Marco Lopez Ortiz.
Daniela Montero Martinez.
Xavier Alexander Lott.
Josue Elicio Martinez.
Kylie Ann Marie Lucas.
Kylie Martinez.
Gustavo Emilio Luna.
Omar Martinez.
Josiah Markel Lyles.
Alicia Abigail Martinez Flores.
Jason Shaife Ma.
Hassan Omar Master.
Michaela Cecile Riparip Manuel.
Dayton Rebecca Mattern.
Ali H. Mahmood.
Braden Alexander Mall.
Cassandra Marciel Martinez.
Sebastian May.
Braylon Ray Martin.
Peyton Cole Maynard.
Brian Damir Martinez.
Cameron Ryan McCallum.
Joe Thomas Martinez.
Marcel Lawan Stephen Williams McLean.
Juan Angel Martinez.
Lily Marie McCracken.
Leslie Janelle Martinez.
Jordan Larone McCroy.
William Christopher Martinez.
Avery Alexandra McDonald.
Ariam Alexandra Matos Lincoln.
Greta Kate McGinnis.
Aiden David Matthews Clark.
Sophia Elizabeth McKenzie.
Emily Kate Maycock.
Avery Ray McKinley.
Matthew Romeo Maza.
Owen Alexander McMahon.
Kylie Nora McCann.
Emily Melissa Medina.
David Joseph McCoy.
Charlotte Nicole Mele.
Emma Marie McCrite.
Dana Paula Mendoza Sierra.
Caden Lauren McDaniel.
Paula Mendez.
Kaylin Lorraine McGarry.
Stella Grace Michael.
Brandon Christopher McHale.
Jackson Barrett Miles.
Meredith Geneva McKernan.
Ona Aubrey Miles.
Bailey Eronia McKinney.
Ava Simone Miller.
Abigail Grace McMorrow.
Alexander Miller Pooh.
Josue Antoniel Medina.
Hannah Elaine Miner.
Linqui Miao.
Sophia Claire Mirabel.
Ava Natalia Miguel.
Jordan Michael Mitchell.
Landon Guy Miles.
Rayanne Asudin Muhammad.
Vance Jackson Miller.
Eden Isis Monroe Montague.
Christian Milan.
Tristan Isaiah Montez.
Torin Chisi Mingo.
Anahi Montoya.
Briannia Simone Minter.
Etan Moore.
Matthew Vladimir Mira.
Hugo Santiago Morales.
Destiny Samaria Montalvo.
Jalen Marie Moreland.
Savannah Cassidy Montez.
Nicholas Quinn Morrow.
Grace Ann Mooney.
James Paul Moss.
Evelina Grace Morales.
Lucas Lestoya Moy.
Jesus Morales.
Alina Elizabeth Rozek.
Ashley Marie Morris.
Xavian Amir Muchiri.
Yassine Anwar Mosharraf.
Tahira Anisa Muhammad.
Dylan Joseph Moya.
Anmol Matthew Murakanakanow.
Linus Diritu Mushi.
Brooke Pukai Murphy.
Lauren Ruth Mueller.
Cyrus Burnett Musette.
Atarv Ajit Mungale.
James Imwaza.
Maddox Meech Muang.
Ella Grace Myers.
Brianna Catherine Murphy.
Anika Vinod Nair.
Kathleen Hampton Murphy.
Ladarius Andre Neal.
Faria Mustafa.
Leah Nigiri.
Bosa Josephat Muasandube.
Justin Alexander Neary.
Kier Alexander Nagy.
Andrew Kahim Wynn.
Roni Daniel Naka.
Cindy Wynn.
Latina Francesca Orellana Neal.
Henry Hugh Wynn.
Jake Thomas Nero.
Summer Schwan Wynn.
An Kim Wen.
Willie Tuan Wynn.
Emmy Catherine Chu Wen.
Renan Cade Nedusa.
Hien Patty Wen.
Scarlett Rain Nitz.
Tyler Juan Wen.
Candice Marie Oberg.
Elizabeth Juanita Nicanor.
Cassidy Ann Marie Noel.
Ashlyn Desiree Nisbet.
Devora Malka Novoseletsky.
Thajiv Nivendran.
Kevin Mota Nunez.
Noble Aaron Gerald.
Zachary Thomas Oberg.
Lee Venus Sugan.
Thomas Edward O'Connor.
Logan Anthony Novak.
David Aluni.
Luna Marisol Olford.
Madeline Rayburn Oliveri.
Fletcher Dean Altman.
Ifeanyiwa Love Omenya.
Ifechu Kade Wabuku.
Veronica Giselle Orellana.
Mia Lizeth Olvera Arriaga.
Ismael Victorino Orozco.
Brianna Nicole Ontiveros.
Luzbin Orozco.
Jaslyn Kissa Ozara O'Roy.
Aliyah Marie Ortega.
Marco Antonio Orozco.
Gabriela Salom Ortiz.
Xavier Alexander Orozco Vasquez.
Valeria Ortiz.
Alec Ortiz.
Arel Oved.
Stephanie Ashley Ortiz Rodriguez.
Jackson Everett Owens.
Ethan Luis Otilio.
Jonah Edward Pace.
Matthew James Owen.
Molly Morgan Page.
Isaiah Alexander Pace.
Kenya Tamer Palmer Taylor.
Noah Rodriguez Pacheco.
Jesus Samuel Palacio.
Sophia Loren Rose Papaleo.
Elena Ionu Papadopoulos.
Jose Adrian Parada.
Nandini Parhar.
David Charles Meadors Paris.
Ashvinbai Mithiel Ashvinbai Patel.
Dia Patel.
Bianca Lavone Palk.
Anusha Patel.
Jalen Victoria Parker.
Evelyn Perez.
Adrian Rivera Payonga Young.
Max Emiliano Perez.
Ariel Perelman.
Aruna Chalam Periathambi.
Elizabeth Perez.
Will Richard Perlick.
Jackson Christopher Perez.
Braden Nicholas Perry.
Franco Perez Aguilar.
Brooke Van Kuyen Fan.
Emily Ann Perkins.
Alicia Lauren Peisker.
Cesar Eduardo Perozo Torres.
Devin Alexander Petrovsky.
Carson Jacob Peters.
Jaden Isaiah Pleasant.
Jalen Ingok Pham.
Valeria Pina Medina.
Nakshatra Pidori.
Adrian William Ponce.
Ryan McKinsey Pilkington.
Diana Yamileth Portillo.
Kennedy Page Pledger.
Will Marie Alejandra Frado.
Sawyer Ian Ross Porter.
Peyton James Presley.
Antony Edward Patera.
Austin Chan.
William Lloyd Preston.
Kiana Marie Quiros.
Jacob Thomas Christian Proctor.
Christopher Michael Rayford.
Rosa Criseda Quintaya Rodriguez.
Bailey Rosenbath.
Susanna Shria Rabanawi.
Chase Payne Ramos.
Emilia Isabel Rains.
Nyla Ramos Vega.
Landry Elizabeth Ralph.
Damian Rangel.
Yefrank Oliver Ramirez Rodriguez.
Chloe Hazel Rothmel.
Joseph Isaiah Ramos.
John Russell Ray.
Terrian Lavette Randall.
Angel Jesus Rayo.
Ronnie Rappaport.
Samira Rezepajic.
Luke Joseph Ritkowski.
Deanne Laisha Reese.
Lola Bella Raimondo.
Vishnu Rajesh.
Sahith Gadam Reddy.
Jonathan Reyes.
Selma Rezepajic.
Heaven Janae Rice.
Lane Matthew Bresser.
Kennedy Ann Richardson.
Madison Taylor Roan.
Jackson Lance Ridley.
McCain Michael Richards.
Marlon Ismael Rivas Alvarado.
Tess Ann Ripple.
Lorraine Marie Rivera.
Melissa Del Carmen Rivas Rivas.
Luke Arlie Robbins.
Danielle Alexis Rivera Ramos.
Kirsten Robinson.
Macy Grace Roberts.
Eric Enrique Robles.
Summer Rose Robinson.
Henley Christine Roby.
Reagan Holland Robison.
Devin Alexander Rodriguez.
Kyle Alden Rogers.
Luke Scott Rojas.
Ariana Michelle Rojo.
Jalea Danielle Rollins.
Luke Albert Rollins.
Raha Ruzbehi.
Jaden Eliel Rosales.
Diego Andres Rosas Tamez.
Lily Grace Rose.
Paisley Brienne Rotan.
Stephen James Rowe.
Daniel Ruelas.
Ariana Elizabeth Ruiz.
George Edward Rummery.
Mena Amro Salama.
Cynthia Sadio.
Ali Fiaz Sabrir.
Neil Richard Sahadi.
Javier Salazar.
Habiba Khalil Salih.
Sharaban Tahura Safa.
Bianca Denise Salinas.
Youssef Bassem Salim.
Amna Salman.
Juan de Dios Salinas.
Fernando Sanchez.
Haya Salman.
Benicio Gerald Sandoval.
Alejandro Emmanuel Sanchez.
Jada Marie Sanford.
Gabriel Antonio Sanchez.
Noah McCall Sapir.
Jaylene Kimberly Sandoval Ariano.
Catherine Marie Savant.
Tanya Santamaria.
Daniel Alexander Scher.
Viba Bargavi Sastri.
Allison Kate Schiffman.
Kyle James Scanlon.
Octavian Lee Schriefer.
Charles Robert Scher.
Samantha Ray Schultz.
Michael Sebastian Schindler.
William Garner Scudder.
Anthony Robert Schreiber Romero.
Nolan Holland Joyce Shoga.
Kayla Keen Scott.
Natalie Jane Scott.
Whitney Vincent Scott.
Mia Angeles Serna.
Gianna Ava Marie Serna.
Pranali Shaw.
Eric Guadalupe Serato.
Fatima Shakil.
Sufyan Sheikh.
Ayan Yasser Sheikh.
Anika Ava Shankar.
Sophia Marie Shelton.
Sheikh Fazan Wahid.
Ananya Sheshadri.
Makia Nicole Shepard.
Aiden Rael Shrewsbury.
Meghna Umesh Shirasalkar.
Stephen Joshua Polowski.
Hannah Rose Shull.
Ashi Shayom.
Tiana Zen Ni Sia.
Muhammad Abu Bakar Siddiqui.
Madeline Grace Silvestri.
Mace Simmer.
Catherine Elizabeth Simpson.
Gabriella Marie Sineni.
Troy Cameron Sink.
Bridget Joy Sluter.
Cheyenne Elaine Smiley.
Alex Brendan Smith.
Audrey Leigh Smith.
Autumn Ray Smith.
Breonna Smith.
Donald Ezekiel James Smith.
Eric Joseph Smith.
Taylor Nicole Snyder.
Brian Gabriel Solano.
Hans Ilka Sorensen.
Valeria de Los Angeles Soscun Villalobos.
Ruby Valentina Sotolor.
Hayden Daniel Speed.
Vatravian Renard Spencer Hickerson.
Anna Elizabeth Spitzenberger.
Zoe Eleanor Sporsick.
Ethan James Sprodlin.
Annika Dipti Springer.
David Andrew St. John.
Nevea May Steptoe.
Micah Renee Starr.
Lalana Ayana Nicole Stewart.
Justin Ross Stojanovich.
Eva Grace Strouser.
Malika Submanian.
Anna Michelle Subichev.
Elizabeth Christine Summer.
Hiba Hussein Suleiman.
Julia Marie Hua Summers.
Erica Michelle Summers.
Ethan Chang Surratt.
Aditya Sunil Kumar.
Fiona Lee Sutton.
Sydney Nathaniel Susanto.
Dylan Michael Talent.
Dylan Ankiet Suwanakinthorn.
John Allen Svoboda.
Ivanka Ruth Sway.
Nisha Batul Syed.
Dylan Sanyu Tan.
Joshua Songyan Tang.
Paxson Ren Tang.
Thomas Haichao Tang.
Brianna Lynn Tate.
Dina M. Tarkey.
Taylor Thomas James Taylor.
Andrew Carl Taylor.
William Hairston Taylor.
Whitley Alana Taylor.
Jackson Wayne Tilly.
Sinan Ali Tehani.
Luke David Thomas.
Hudson Asbury Thiemann.
Hawthorne Bergen Jefferson Thompson.
Sky Lanice Thomas.
Jack Anthony Thornburg.
Presley Don Thompson.
Andy Tinoco Hernandez.
Truett Joseph Tinkham.
Darian Alexander Togo.
Jabril Ayan Tirmizi.
Mina Torki.
Miley Elizabeth Toland.
Miguel Torres.
Daniel Torres.
Samuel Torres Padilla.
Leslie Yoselin Torres Cerda.
Tessa May Treese.
Azreen Tovi.
Juan Carlos Triminio.
Evelyn Lily Trainer.
Vera Zeta Sai.
Cade Bowen Truex.
Ariel Turkaspa.
David Benjamin Tubbs.
Elijah Everett Turner.
Andrew Michael Turner.
Gabriella Marie Tuttle.
Jack Raymond Turner.
Zia Umar.
Kyle Foster Ubel.
Julianne Carol Urick.
Madhumita Uni.
River Urick.
Rain Marie Urick.
Brianna Zayed Urea Tapasco.
Sky Elizabeth Urick.
Claudia Reese Van Dyke.
Lauren Grace Utek.
Weston Jake Van Osdell.
Amelia Maria Vandervoord.
Joshua Paul Vargas.
Lisa Marie Varghese.
Krishnan Niaruvil Kavil Variam.
Mia Elizabeth Varney.
Jahir Vasquez.
Gianna Lynette Vasquez.
Rosario Alejandra Vasquez Arriaga.
Noah Vasquez.
Marcelo Vasquez Ochoa.
Camille Naomi Vasquez Gomez.
Priscilla Velasco.
Bella Marie Vega.
Sophia Elise Viator.
Andrew Marcus Velasquez.
Elijah Kane Villanueva.
Nabi Salim Virani.
Cassiana Athena Voiku Commandant.
Hira Wahid.
Madison Nicole Waldbisser.
Jaden Eve Walder.
Juhi Wal Leah.
Christian Malik Drew Walker.
Holland Alexis Walker.
Tanya Spirit Walker.
Malachi Bao Aaron Wallace.
Catherine Kaishin Wang.
Han Chung Andrew Wong.
Aiden Ren Warner.
Janaya Elise Washington.
Luke Aaron Raymond Washington.
Shanice Marie Joy Washington.
James Earl Watkins.
John Thomas Welch.
Sophia Jean Westhoff.
Alice Wico Westover.
Gianna White.
Ariana Eve White Egan's.
Lauren Rose Whitehead.
Jackson Clay Whitmore.
Grayson Lane Whitney.
Cody James Wilhite.
William Barnes Wilburn.
Christopher Latrell Williams.
Brendan Gabriel Williams.
Lakin Mackenzie Williams.
Etan Kobe Williams.
Ripken Alexander Williams.
Marcus Tyrell Williams.
Caleb Evan Allen Wilson.
Tristan Elijah Wilson.
Ryan Patrick Winstead.
Greta Ellen Weisner.
Eob Thomas Wood.
Miles Atticus Wood.
Benjamin David Woodruff.
Samuel Allen Woods.
Tristan Gabriel Woods.
Kyle Yang.
Saren Lee Wright.
Ryan Cole Yarbrough.
Linda Yao.
William Michael Yeomans.
Fiona Luala Yelyen.
Kimber Elizabeth Yoder.
Caitlin Ruth Yoder.
Adiba Zaman.
Alexandra Michelle Young.
Victoria Zamora.
Michael Jeremy Yu.
Desi Shien Zemanek.
Keone Yahir Zambrano.
Chenting Zhu.
Giovanna Valentina Zangrillo.
Meryl Mingzhu Zhang.
Kevin Ha Zhang. Sheen Vapretio Zhang. Gisman Augustine Dennis. Isaac Gabriel Zobish. And concluding your class of 2025, Benjamin Dino Zuljevich.
Congratulations, graduates. Now one last time together, it's a great day. Be a Wildcat. We will now designate our graduate status by the symbolic moving of your tassels. Graduates, please move your tassels now. We will now have Plano Senior High choir members, Corin Emch, Shay Hankinson, Jacob Laurie, and Luna Oldford lead the senior class in singing of the alma mater, followed by the traditional cap toss immediately afterward. After you collect your cap and tassel, we ask that you quickly move towards your back right exit and find your family. We will now sing the Plano Senior High alma mater. please find your family to the back right exit. Good night, Wildcat Nation.
Thank you for helping us celebrate our graduates by being here today. Graduates, please follow staff guidance in exiting the stadium. Spectators, please allow top rows to exit first as you leave the facility. Graduates will exit and meet you outside on the South Plaza of the Ford Center. Thank you again for being here, and best wishes to our graduates in all their future endeavors.